She light up the room like a solar flare, and I can't deny there's something in the air, no. I heard she take the Pegasus higher than they ever been, from just sitting still, exchanging breath with the trees. The moon, she slips to a beautiful dream, while the sun's blazing fire like you've never seen. Whoa. She said, breathe in, bliss out. Breathe in, bliss out. Come on, I'll take you for a ride. Look up and take it down, yeah. Breathe in, bliss out. Bliss out. She said, radical to meet you, really digging your vibe. There's an aura to the waterfall, this room is alive. All you gotta do, she said, to reach a higher state of mind is wait your turn, take a breath and put your troubles aside. Breathe in, bliss out. Breathe in, bliss out. Come on, I'll put you in the vibe, get some groovy in your life, yeah. Breathe in, bliss out. Breathe in, bliss out. Breathe in, bliss out. Come on, I'll take you for a ride. Look up and take it down, yeah. Breathe in, bliss out. Breathe in, bliss out. Breathe in, bliss out. Come on, I'll get you in the vibe, get some groovy in your life, yeah. Breathe in, bliss out.
Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another Winchester Wednesdays. Apparently I'm back to being a host now after God knows how many months of me being away. Partly for planning and stuff for this con. So, yeah, no, I'm back, and we're here to recap the Ciderfest 2022. I was running before the con, and now I'm running after the con with deer season and everything else. So, yes, but without further ado, let me introduce you all to the call. Hello, call.
What?
What?
I'm getting things organized and posting them to the con chat in the Brownie Show server.
So yes, here we have our lovely cast of folks who were at Ciderfest here. So, yeah, all of my Ciderfest was basically confined to main room. Yes, I was in the main room, and I was sleeping. At one point, I left to get some booze, and that was about it. There's my entire recap, but there's a few others here that have some fun stuff. So, with introductions here, we have my lovely co-host, Crazy Mac Captain.
I had too much fun in the panel rooms again.
I'm very glad. And next up, we have our wonderful network host, Circuit Main.
Money and beer, money and beer. I spent all my money in beer.
You
In
spent.
beer or and beer?
And beer.
I was gonna say you spent all your beers.
Yes, I drank it all. It's all spent. No, I wish I did. I couldn't. I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Um,
So next up, we have Double R Forest.
I had fun everywhere, except for the last day of the con. I got sick.
Sadness.
Yeah,
And last but certainly not least, we have our wonderful person representing the musicians of the con here, Forever Free.
Hi, I'm probably the only one who went to the con and made a profit.
yeah.
Probably. I can't argue that.
You were pretty proud of that the last day, weren't you?
I mean, it usually happens, but like this one, I was proud because I didn't have my wife there because she usually sells CDs for me and stuff. So like, I was proud that I actually didn't, totally, didn't totally screw it up. So it was great. Felt proud.
Well, speaking of selling CDs, the stream's gonna see this. Nobody else is going to. But speaking of selling CDs, I got another one. It's one of literally 3 pieces of merch that I got from the entire con, or really 2. But yes,
hold on. Do I have an echo?
I don't hear an echo through me, but
Commander, double check.
I like it, the CD.
Not anymore. It
But
may
yes-
have been because I was moving about, because I was trying to make sure I had the con book, because I'm gonna have to flip through the schedule to know what did I attend.
But yeah, specifically, it's one of 2 pieces of merch because my other piece of merch, I walked out the first day and P1K said, buy a hat. And I go, well, I can't say no. So I bought a hat. And so I got a hat and then I had exactly enough money left over to go and buy Copycat 2 from Everfree because I have to have Millennium Alone on CD. Now I have both versions on
you.
CD.
Thank you for your support. It is much appreciated. Muy apreciado.
Yes.
My stuff's coming up.
So yeah, but anyways, I kind of had a wacky, crazy adventure getting there and getting home, and I didn't leave till I left Ciderfest the latest that I have ever left from Milwaukee, and it kind of sucked because I didn't get back to Omaha area until around midnight. So
Or do you have more pictures to post? Because I have a whole thing that I want to slowly go through.
so yeah.
Have
But
you-
anyways,
have you heard
since-
that? Have you heard that Counting Crows song? Omaha.
No, I haven't.
It's good. Sorry.
You
Never
should.
met anybody who's like near the Omaha area.
You've met a whole bunch of people because most of the AV crew is from near the Omaha area from both HarmonyCon and.
Wait. Am I too loud for Winchester system?
Oh, dang it! I wouldn't be surprised because I haven't had time to tune things in due to the fact of I literally just got my PC set up today. But yeah, no, I wanted to go and give Everfree a chance to talk here since I know that he has to take off relatively quickly.
All right. What would you like to know?
I don't know. How was your con experience? How did the concerts go? Did you do anything fun outside of the con or concerts?
Well, yeah, I did. After the fact, Koa and them, and the musicians, we went out to Rock Bottom, and although the food wasn't like totally great, the company was good. And after that, we took a little group of like 6 of us or something. It was like me, Thrak, Prince Whatever, Melody, Blackened, and Jonathan Jenna, I think. we all just walked like 10 minutes to go get ice cream. So that was fun. It was like walking out in the cold and in the dark, but it was still fun. We worked off the calories. So that's something fun that we did like outside of the con, I guess. I normally don't do much outside of the con, but I don't know. I think that's what we did like on Sunday evening. So it was fun.
And you brought me back some cheese curds, which I was very much appreciative of.
Did I?
Luckrock did. I was meaning
Oh.
your group in total.
Oh, got it. Okay. Got it.
You didn't bring me anything.
No, I'm a jerk.
Yeah, you're a jerk. You're trying to pull stuff in the middle of concerts that I didn't know about or prepare for or sound check for, and then you go and don't bring me any food after, and don't help with tear down.
Nope.
I would have gotten.
Hey, I helped with setup at Winnie City though.
True, you did. So
Yeah. So I get a pass. Pass.
So, yeah, no. I was gonna say I know most of your time was spent on the merch or musician merch booth outside. How did that go for the most part? Chilling out there.
It went pretty well. There were some parts where it was a little dull, but like I decided to like for each night, I decided it was going to be a late night for me. So because that way I could catch the crowd after they exit from after they're done with the last set of the night, and it worked out. So I was able to make like, I don't know, a few extra sales because of that. I ended up waking up pretty late every morning, but like not that late. So getting a good start to each day and getting a good end to each day was really fruitful for making some good sales. And we also just kind of hung around and chatted as musicians and had some good times and showed each other new songs and that kind of thing, unreleased stuff.
I know there was some Veggie Tales going on at one point.
Oh yeah, there was. That was pretty fun. In fact, it was funny. I think it was Luck Rock and oh frick, who else was it? Luck Rock and like, dang it, okay? There were two people or two or three people talking. No, it was whoever Luck Rock rode with to the con, and in that same car they were one. I guess they didn't make a bet or anything, but they were trying to guess whether or not I knew VeggieTales songs. And so when they got there, they asked me, and and then they're just like, "Yep, Luck was right." So, because of course I knew VeggieTales songs, because of my childhood.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Also, I see Whirlwind in the chat saying hi. So, hello, Whirlwind.
Hi, Whirlwind. You're the best,
Hello.
Whirlwind.
So sad I didn't get to see you at the con, but yeah, no, no, it was definitely fun seeing everybody there. I know P1K was one that I was just like, whoa, I didn't quite expect to see you here, and then when he came up, like, holy crap, you lost a lot of weight. You're looking good, son.
Yeah, good for him. Honestly.
Yeah.
I thought he was a bit skinnier.
Yeah, the last time that I saw him was BronyCon 19, so it was like huge change for me.
That would be a pretty big change, honestly.
But yeah, no, it was chill hanging out with him. I know at one point, I think it was me, Melody, Blackened, and Prince went up to the soda machine and chilled out for a little while. I think that was Saturday night. We went and chilled up at the soda machine for a little while and
Nice.
talked and stuff. And yeah, no, but yeah, it it was fun. Got to see Musket for the first time in forever. Holy crap! Haven't seen him.
Jeez. Yeah, that was a little bit different. Oh my gosh, he was a character. He was like so drunk on the night the Wonderbolts played. Literally bit into an apple that wasn't even real.
Oh my god!
Really?
Why did they not
Yeah.
auction that off?
They should have. Well, it was Prince Whatever's, so I think he kept it.
Oh,
Is that the apple
That's
that they
fair.
sold at is that the apple that they sold at the charity auction?
I heard that they did sell an apple and somebody bit into it, but I don't know why it was so.
I think that was the one, and that actually made like hundreds of bucks.
If that was the apple that they actually auctioned, that would make a lot more sense why people were freaking out that they bit into it. It's like, what? They bought an apple and bit into it. I'm not getting
Yes.
Dang.
They made like what 200 off that thing?
it. Oh.
Wow.
I know all the musicians and like some of the AV staff went and signed a cheeseburger for Mongo, and that sold for like $100.
Oh yeah, that's right. He asked a bunch of us to sign the wrapper.
And we all had to sign it with cross
Oh my goodness.
after our name, so that we were all part of Mongo's family.
Of course.
So, yeah, no, it was fun. I got to get up on stage during the charity auction, and then the charity auction promptly screwed up what they were doing. But
Probably.
no, I did enjoy the fact that we're like 3/4 of the way through teardown or whatever, and I walk out of main hall for like a split second just to get a breather, and I just see Everfree still out there with all of his stuff set up, and I'm just like, dedicated.
You gotta work the grind, man.
Yeah, yeah, no,
I finally bought one of his CDs after sleeping on his like a CD booth for like years.
It's you should only do it if you have a CD player.
I do.
Or if you like
I'm
or if
trying to
you
get
like
as many of the CDs as I can, but it's like you have so goddamn many.
yeah,
It
there are
makes
a
it
lot.
intimidating to try to get something from you.
Yeah. There are quite a few. Not gonna lie.
you can do what I did when I bought my first one and just go, oh, this one has the prettiest cover, and then ends up being such a good CD that my roommate still is holding it hostage.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's still. I get the case. He gets the CD.
That's funny.
He doesn't get. He
Which
doesn't
one
get,
is it?
Fireside.
Okay, I think I've sent all of my pictures into the con chat there.
No.
Yeah, you totally buried me and Circuit's stuff.
There was a
And
lot of pictures to take, especially because I didn't have a full bed to do a whole layout spread.
Hey, there's plenty of time. Don't worry. I mean, I've still got the rest of this beer to go through, and then I've got this bottle of mystery red juice here, or orange, or whatever color it is. I'm colorblind.
Mystery? Why is it a mystery?
Because I haven't said where I got it yet.
Oh. And here I thought it was a mystery even to you.
Well, sort of. I haven't been told which one it was, but I figured once I try some, I'll know. So, but yeah, no, I think that sums up things pretty well. I still feel bad for how badly soundcheck went on Friday night. I was like, on Friday night, I was running around with like a chicken with my head cut off because I was the only audio like person. So I had to patch the entire stage, and then I had to run back and get my entire audio console all set up. And we had the
Oh.
Wonderbolts that night, and luckily, all of the other people performing that weren't DJs were like all of their stuff was being included into the Wonderbolts, so like I only had to sound check that one thing really, but no. So I was really happy with. I actually ended up being fairly happy with most everybody that performed Friday night, except for the Wonderbolts. That went a little bit rough. I wish I could have sound checked them a little bit better, but I know that I know that Everfree yours went really good, but once again you're very simple, so it makes it so that I can do a lot.
Yeah, it's usually mine are pretty simple unless I have a choir going on. But I'm hoping at my future sets to spice things up a little bit, but not like too much, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say what P1K had is about perfect.
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, like I understand,
Yeah,
like
couple, yeah.
I understand for like some shows are like, oh, we want to make this particular performance or this particular thing like special. But yeah, going and throwing literally everything at the wall every single show gets to be a bit much when it's the how did I'm not sure whether it was you or somebody else, but the festival style concerts that we normally have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just yeah, it's a lot of work, and when we don't have the crew to do it, that's one of my biggest takeaways from Ciderfest is probably learning when to say no and when to like be like, all right, we've got to cut some things back to make sure that we have quality over quantity, basically.
Right.
So
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I mean, the entire ordeal there was that like the first 3 acts of Friday night were pretty simple. Blue was pretty simple, and I mean, aside from Nami's hiccup, I mean, there was Nami's
Everfree, your
soundtrack was.
audio's kind of getting a little.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it does that occasionally. I apologize. I really don't know how to fix it.
yeah, we ran into that the last time, and it ended up like killing like 30 minutes of time trying to sort it out.
Yeah, it's whatever. As long as you guys can understand me, I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I guess what I mean, aside from Nami's little hiccup, Nami's soundcheck went okay, and then like and then Blue Brony's soundcheck was fine. My soundcheck was fine, and we were all you know acts with backing tracks and stuff like that. Whereas the Wonderbolts, they were an act with like a bunch of new stuff like that we had never done before, like the whole synthesizer thing with the 80s synths and crap, and trying to plug everything in that regard, and also like the horn section that we had there, and the drums, just the entire, because there's so many people and so many just instruments
Things.
being played at the same time. It's just such a big hassle, you know.
And then it got to
And
the point
so-
where I had to sit on the console, and Garrick was trying to get the 12-string acoustic going, and he was just having problems. So that was when it was finally just like, yeah, we're just gonna use the one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as soon as Galen got back home, he said into the Wonderbolt server, he said, "All right, so for HarmonyCon, we're gonna simplify things." Just
Yeah.
like, thank goodness. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
for when they did at HarmonyCon last year, it wasn't too terrible due to the fact that we had like plenty of crew. Like I had Amber helping me, I had Larsis helping me, I had myself, I had like all these people that were like helping with sound checks. So it was like not that big of a deal. and then we get here where it's just like one, and it's just like, Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was before we figured, hey, we should send some of the other volunteers to be learning what you're doing in a better way.
Yeah, well, and then I found out right after we got done with setup, or like we were almost to the DJ transition, that one of the other AV crew members was just like, "Oh yeah, I patch stages all the time. Like my church invites all these random weird acts out, so I'm used to going and patching in weird stuff and like figuring out how things are going to run." And I literally turned to him and he's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm just slowly reaching out, ready to strangle him.
That's great.
And it's just
Great.
like, why didn't. This was one of those where. So, this is kind of going with the like, setup to the con that I was getting at with my stuff.
Yeah.
So, 2 weeks before Ciderfest, I was working an anime con in Omaha called Anime Nebrascon. And I was working
for
there.
one day. I was there
What?
for one day,
Yeah.
but we
The-
didn't see each other.
Apparently not. I didn't even know you were there.
I didn't think you would be there.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't line up with Ciderfest, I'm probably going to be there. But no, let's see. So, working Anime Nebrascon, we had me, Midnight Lightning, who was the head of VFX and whatnot, and all that, and Broken Skies, who were all working like Anime Nebrascon, and Cody, or Electronics Freak, the lighting lead for Ciderfest. So you had me, the audio lead, and Cody, the lighting lead, and Midnight Lightning, the VFX lead, all working that con, and then they decided to have the main AV meeting be the day after the con when we're all driving / flying home.
Oh,
Oh.
And
epic fail.
and they announced it while we're in the middle of teardown, and I messaged the chat and go, "Hey, this isn't going to work. All of your leads are going to be gone." And they're just like, "Oh, well, what information do you want us to pass along?" And it's just like, this isn't like
This
pass
is not a thing that we can write down.
Bruh.
But no, we kind of went over all that and just we finally got it sorted. But it was just one of those where we were sitting there the whole time, just going like, So like I didn't even know who was on the AV crew besides like CMC and our little group. I didn't know any of the other people. Luckily, one person who was attending NebCon was also an AV person, and he ended up his name was Specs, and he ended up going and being like super awesome throughout the entire event. Like it's one of those where you have somebody knowledgeable come up to you and be like, "Hey, I'm knowledgeable," and you're kind of like, "Are you really? Okay, I'll give you a little bit to go with." And he just took it and rolled with it, and he was super respectful, like, of our positions and knew when to step in to release a little bit of the load. And it was just like, thank you.
He was good at just organizing things during teardown there that you and Coach were distracted doing other things that he could do.
Yeah. And then he went out to yell at whoever was playing guitar outside while we were lowering the truss, and then we get the truss lowered, and then just immediately guitar again, and we're just like, perfect timing.
That's funny.
Was that Thrak?
So when was this?
Maybe?
It was during teardown.
Because
During
right
teardown?
after teardown, I think Thrak came to me asking where his boots were because someone went out.
So this was on Sunday, I'm guessing?
Yeah, this was on Sunday
Yeah.
night.
Probably. Oh, let me think. Are you talking about you're just somebody who is just right outside main stage?
Yeah,
Yes.
literally like outside the doors.
Well, we were just kind of hanging around. Actually, we
Yeah.
were
I thought there was
we were
somebody
doing
playing
the-
a guitar.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, the guy who always has his the guy who let's see, he like has this portable amp. I guess it's not like that loud, but it's there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was I think it was me, and then Blackened was playing the portable guitar amp or
Oh,
something
okay.
like that. Yeah. So I played acoustic, and then this yeah, there was a portable electric, I guess. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Like we weren't mad or anything. It was just like at that one particular point in time, we had to have like really close communication. So,
Right.
so yeah, we were just like, okay, we gotta lower this thing down. And then for the rest of the time, we're just like, yeah, feel free, play music because we can't have our music playing because we're tearing it down.
Interesting.
But yeah, no,
I gotta say, it was really fun playing with P1K. By the way, his music is like super energetic, and also it's just generally a good time. I kind of forgot how fun it is to play his music because I've only played it like at one other con, and it was like 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. 2014. Yeah, so 8 years ago.
yeah, no, it
Yep.
was. So we actually just delivered the trailer back to Lincoln. I just delivered that back yesterday. I think it was.
One sec. I gotta head out now. But thank you guys for having me on the show for this short time.
Alrighty, yeah, no
Good
problem.
night.
Glad
All right,
glad to
good.
have you on. So
Yep.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
See
see you
ya.
later.
Yep.
Alrighty. But yeah, we just got the trailer dropped off, and yeah, my mom was just like, "Is this a Steel Chord song?" When a P1K song came on, and I was just like, "No, but they're in like the same genre." So, well, now I guess we can open it up to the rest of our fun adventures. I know that me and Everfree have been talking quite a bit, so I'll save my stories and spiels for a little while. So yeah, who would like to go next as far as sharing some of their stuff? Double R, you get to share your stuff now.
Okay. Yeah. I was roomed with Circuit Main, so we were roomies again. The second year in a row that we did that.
Yeah.
Yep. Spent like more than double my budget at my planned budget at the vendor hall. Still, let's see here.
If you or a loved one are suffering from vendor hall addiction,
Encourage them.
Yeah,
You can only get good stuff this way.
yeah, but that was a nice one. Attended some good panels. I know Circuit and I both were in line like a good half hour prior for the anthology panel.
Did
That
you
was a-
guys actually get in there?
Yes, we
Got in
did.
there, right in the middle too.
Oh
And I
god.
made the dumb mistake of wearing my kiki in that thing. So I'm in a full body pajama suit that that gets nice and warm in a room that is rapidly heating up from everybody. in
Yeah.
there. That was not smart.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, that was good there. On Saturday, I actually attended the Extreme Raptor Day limited event.
how was that?
Which
I
was-
was actually kind of sad that I
It was
had to
actually
miss
really,
that.
it was actually really nice. That was the idea for our guest of honor, Kelly Metzger, aka Spitfire. I actually got to briefly talk to her about that. She wanted to do something like involving nature, and so she was doing some research on what was going on in Milwaukee, and she found this. So it was the Audubon Nature Wildlife Reserve, which is about a 15-minute drive from the hotel. I had a we since I got in the event, we had a little Discord thing, and I was able to find someone to give me a ride there. But yeah, it was basically apparently they were doing special. They were having little events that was focusing on the raptors of the air of their reserve because they don't do just birds; they do all kinds of animals. And yeah, I got to see a whole bunch of like really awesome birds. There was a bald eagle meet and greet. There was a whole bunch of There was like a little stage show where they featured like a raven and an owl, and I took a lot of pictures there, and one of the pieces even got a little this cute barn owl plush as one of the things. There's a little token there, and I I can pull up the pictures here, but I won't be able to talk. So
Okay.
hold on a second. Let me get like just one here at least.
I was gonna say I've got the one of the pictures with the barn owl.
Yep, I'll put it in here in the con chat here. This is probably, I think, the best picture I had because there was a barn owl that they put out here for the stage,
Oh,
but they said
that.
she hadn't.
Okay.
Yep, but apparently she wasn't graduate of flight school because even though she was on a rope, she took a few flights into the audience and she came like right up to where I was. That was the closest picture I got with any of them.
Oh, cool.
But unfortunately, things did kind of hit a snag for me on Sunday. So I end up catching something. I caught a really bad cold. And like the first day was rough. Like I had a fever. Circuit Maine can vouch for like by the evening, like I was shaking.
He was not in a good state.
Yeah. And on top of that, to make matters worse, two other bad things happened on Sunday. One, I failed to win anything at the charity auction. I even put someone up to for like the couple of Fallout Equestria posters. I made him pay $800 for those.
Dang.
Yeah.
To be fair, that charity auction was running high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
came in at the end of that, and that was a lot.
yeah, I mean I'm kind of glad that I didn't win that one, but still I at the very much least I wanted his pockets to suffer. Like and one of those posters, they had two variants of the same one. One as a cloth poster, and the other is a regular paper poster. She
Oh
already
yeah, I
won.
remember because I saw the wall scroll get auctioned off, and then I was backstage doing something for the AV submission, and it was just like, wait, I thought you auctioned this off already. And I was just like, oh wait, no, this one's like cloth. Interesting.
Yep. Then he had the ones with paper poster with another one. He screams out, "I want the full set!" It's like, come on. But the big tragedy is that I paid money to get a voice recording from Kelly Metzger Spitfire for my alarm clock, and me being technologically challenged, I ended up destroying that recording.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to help get it back, but unfortunately, I don't understand Apple devices, and
Yeah, I know I didn't save on an iCloud backup. I was trying to trim off some few seconds of silence where Kelly was trying to figure out what to say next because I forgot to write down a script. But I ended up trimming everything else. Everything but the silence. See, the only thing that I have marked for that day and date and time and place is 3 seconds of silence.
Oh.
yeah.
That hurts.
I mean, I try not to get too upset. For me, it's more the fact that much money went down the drain and I had nothing to show for it. Because, I mean, I kind of had an idea for a script. I didn't think about writing it down. So I'm not too upset with that. But still, I mean, I got Kelly Metzger's autograph years ago at Midwest Brony Fest back in 2016. So I have that. So it's not like I don't have anything from her. But, it's like I figured it'd be a nice little thing to have a little extra because this was the first time Kelly had been at a Brony convention since that Midwest Brony Fest. But, yeah. I mean, at least I still got my second autograph from Andrea Libman.
So, really quick, while we're talking about VA's autographs, I got my first autograph from a VA while I was there, and yeah, I got Kelly's signature on my Spitfire Funko. So, I was pretty happy. I was thinking about having her sign my Spitfire plush that I have at front of house at all of these events, but I was just like, signing plushes.
Yeah, the marker doesn't do very well with those most of the time.
Yeah, the marker doesn't do very well, and then the other issue is when you clean them, it slowly kind of washes the marker out.
Exactly.
So,
And
yeah.
for the Funko, did you have her sign the box or the figure?
If you looked on stream, I had her sign the box.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, unfortunately she signed on the plastic bit, which is the one part of my box that's slightly damaged.
Oof.
But I mean it's not horribly damaged, and it's just like I'm not going to be selling it, so and it doesn't really matter to me. So
Okay.
that's the important bit.
But yeah. Otherwise, I had a little fun with the I do like that hotel. The
Oh, that
hotel,
hotel is very interesting.
and the thing I like is the pianos. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
play around with the pianos. And unfortunately, the one thing I discovered was I forgot to bring some sheet music. It's like I don't like using my phone as a way to provide sheet
Pianos
music.
out and about are interesting. I don't like that there was run right outside the door for AV to get in and out of main stage.
Yeah, it was kind of a pain because like you'd have a really quiet panel going on in main hall, and then all of a sudden you just hear piano.
Oh, I didn't consider that.
Suddenly piano.
The one downstairs off toward the vendor hall was nicer.
Yeah. The problem is that one is usually just a little slightly not as clean sounding. Whereas, like, they're in the hallway, you got this nice baby grand piano.
What's that, baby grand? I thought that was a full grand.
It could be a grand. I may be wrong.
I was gonna say I thought that was a full grand there by
Yeah,
Maine.
yeah.
Because I sent a picture of that to Forest Rain, and she said, "Dang it, I should have been there." And then I said, "Sorry, AV staff is not hauling a grand piano onto the stage for you."
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then she said, "No, I want it to be like the Elton John concert where it's just on a tracked platform and it just runs around the stage, and like she could just be playing while meandering through the audience."
Oh.
And I told her she can only do that if she's playing Making My Way Downtown and then just slamming her fists onto the keyboard like the SFM.
Ooh, like the Arco video.
Yes, yes.
But yeah. But still, that was good. And yes, I also drove because I actually prefer driving when it comes to like those closer Midwest ones. And I managed to get. I told Winchester this already, but I decided to save money on tolls. I took these nice winding highway roads, which was only like an extra 20 minutes to the long drive, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, I ended up spending close to $50 in tolls because some of the places that I had to go required tolls.
Oof.
Yeah. But yeah, thankfully the sickness was able to alleviate a little bit for the next day after, so I could at least have the strength to drive home. Now I'm just kind of like at the very last edges of post-nasal drip, which is finally alleviating, but yeah. I always get sick in November. Always.
Blame the weather.
Yeah. Still, there was a bit of a downer for that thing, but I still managed to have fun. I do not say that I will not say that I didn't have a good time. You know?
Yeah.
And I met some good people there, and I had some good food. I know our roommate. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Was it Diamond?
Yeah,
Yeah, Circuit. Remember that one restaurant that he took us over to on Sunday morning?
Oh yeah,
That wasn't that.
I'm
not what
sure
it's
that
called.
sounded coherent to someone.
The
Well-
sweet something.
yeah. The sweet face. That doesn't sound right. Give me a sec. I'm actually pulling up my transactions. I should be able to figure it out here real quickly.
I know I went and ate at the Build-A-Burger on, I think it was Sunday, and oh man, that was actually pretty good. It was better than I remembered it, because I remember like
Oh,
dry.
sweet cream. Was it sweet cream? No.
Sweet cream.
Was it sweet cream?
No, sweet cream was a vendor.
Oh yeah. No.
Well, I will
Sweet
say that
Diner. It's Sweet Diner.
Sweet Diner.
Sweet Diner.
They had
That's
really
why I
good
got
biscuits and
confused.
gravy there.
It wasn't the biscuits and gravy I got. I got a Wisconsin omelet.
Yeah, you got the omelet.
I got the omelet of Wisconsin in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Well, I
Also
got a
last-
burrito of Nebraska in Nebraska.
Yep. That's a thing. Yeah, De Leon's.
Yep, we've got one here too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a Lincoln burrito in North Platte, but we're in Lincoln County.
Yeah. But yeah. Sadly, I still haven't tried out that German restaurant that I've heard talk about.
Oh, I wanted to, but the weather, unfortunately, kind of curbed a lot of my gumption to go.
Yeah, and I think I might need someone to actually drive me there. I think that's a little farther than walking distance.
Nah, depends on which one you're talking about. It's usually like 0.3 miles. Two
okay.
different ones are 0.3
Maybe
miles.
I don't know what that is. But otherwise, there are still other good options. The Potbelly sandwich shop I've had a good time with there. And, of course, you can't go wrong with the Miller Life pub. That place is a really good place.
Yeah.
I was kind of
Really?
sad I never got over to Major Goolsby's, because that used to be like a tradition to go over there and get food.
Mm.
That place was good. You remember that Double R, don't you? It was the one right across the street from the old hotel.
That was the last place we went to on the 2019.
Major Goolsby?
Yeah, that place is a little closer to the old Ciderfest hotel.
It was literally right across the street from the front doors.
Yeah, that one. The old Sheridan.
Hyatt.
The Hyatt, yeah.
The old one that actually looked newer than the one we're in now.
Oh, it is newer, but so it was funny. So we were at the Dead Dog staff party, and I looked. So that's held in the like presidential suite or whatever thing that they have for like the green room for like the guests of honor and stuff to like go chill out and stuff when they need a break or whatever. And we were up there for the Dead Dog staff party, and I look out the window and I go, I see why you picked this hotel. And Charlie goes, oh? I said, yeah, so you can look down on the Hyatt Regency. Because literally from the room you could just look down and it was right there.
Yes, feel my gaze.
Oh, that was honestly a sad tragedy, is just how, because that used to be one of the best hotels. They used to treat us so well, and now it just, and then that last year they just treated us so bad. So, but yeah, no. So, well, with that, if Double R is mostly done, shall we move on to Circuit?
I'll go ahead and let someone else take the floor.
All right. Let's see. Where to begin? My adventure trying to get down there to begin with. This is where I learned I should probably make my flights earlier for the con instead of later. So starting off with, I had a flight set up to show up at 7 p.m. just as the bar crawl was starting. Not the smartest move, but I figured, okay, I'm going to be a little late, but I'll still get there in time. Get on the plane, Southwest, and we had a snowstorm just the day prior, but everything was clear skies. I was like, oh, I must be lucky. This is going to change real fast. So as I'm going on my way, I get to the first location without a problem, and then when we land, we find out that the flight is delayed. That's annoying, but what can you do? Sometimes it happens. So I'm end up sitting there for longer than expected. Finally, we get on the flight, we get all seated up, and then it's like, okay, we need you off the plane now. Why? Mechanical errors. There's mechanical failures they can't fix. So then off the plane we go. And then we have to wait for another plane. That takes us another hour and change to get to. So by this time, I'm already looking at my phone. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to probably miss a couple of the stops, but I can still make the bar drop. I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, optimism does not work here. So eventually we take off, but it's later than expected. Go on our way. We get landed, and it's basically they're just about getting to the last stop, and I still got to get to the second to the last stop, and I still got to get to the hotel. By the time I get to the hotel, registration is closed, so I can't even get my badge. And they're going to be heading off to the last place in a couple of minutes, so it's over the Miller time. So I basically missed out the entire bar drop. Yeah, that was.
Wah.
Yeah, I was so furious. I downed a couple of coffee beers and had a hamburger. The hamburger was good. So yeah, the merchandise hall. This was also another what the hell did I do to myself? The rug here. $200 rug based off of a Tell Your Tale episode. Honestly, love the hell out of it. The thing is that it does not fit my suitcase, at least normally. What we ended up figuring out what to do was to fold it into fourths.
Like a pizza slice.
Like a pizza slice. And I barely got it crammed into my suitcase at this point. However, it took up so much space, I ended up not being able to take any of my liquor bottles with me or my mead bottles. So now Winchester got to inherit a bottle of Blue Curacao, a bottle of Red Berry Vodka, which I can't get in Utah for the life of me, and also what was left of the first mead I ever made in my life.
Because apparently I was the only one that liked it.
Actually, that was the weird thing. The mead experience. I brought 3 different mead, technically 2 meads and a cider. I brought the Twilight Sparkle mead last bottle because I found out CMC and Winchester were going to be there, and I'm just like, yes, I have to do this. So I bring those down. And I also brought in a bottle of cider because it's Ciderfest, and I managed to finally bottle it 2 days before the con. And I get them to try the Twilight Sparkle mead first. I'm just like, yeah, this is the reprehensible mead. So many people say it tastes like soap. It's been compared to Malort. This is nasty, horrible, vicious stuff. And it actually tasted decent. I don't know what the hell happened.
It aged.
Apparently the mead needed aging. It actually needed a lot more aging than I gave it. We discovered that the Twilight Sparkle mead just needed time, and it actually shined. Twilight Sparkle became a princess right in front of me. But unfortunately, the other mead weren't turn out too well. It was okay, but it was a lot harsher compared to the Twilight Sparkle. Go figure.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to try any of those.
I'm really sorry about that. Wait, no, I thought I got you some.
Nope, all because there were no cups for me to use.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there were cups in the room.
We had a couple of drinking glasses, and we also had the Ciderfest cups that were given to us.
You also could have walked down to like any of the con spaces and grabbed a couple of the little water cups.
Yeah, but like, wasn't it like at like midnight when we had already had that stashed up there? Well, then again,
Main hall was still open. You could have walked in there and got some.
Yeah, it was pretty late, but I don't think it was like midnight. I don't think we did we? No, wait, we did conk out like shortly after they left. Huh.
Also, by the way, Circuit, I'm assuming you saw that I have poured a glass of the mead and am now partaking.
I thought that was it, but I didn't want to assume anything. Oh yeah, here's a fun story about the rug. A lot of people would assume that it's such an awesome rug, you're not going to actually use it. Not so. In fact, the picture of this rug was in front of my glass display cabinet that I have a bunch of my anime Kotobukiya and very I don't want to say rare, but more prized brony possessions. And I was going to use it as just having a nice little display rug to have right there. My cat had other ideas.
Oh no.
It thought it
Oh,
was. It thought
no.
it made for a. It thought it could use it as a bit of a scratching floor.
Oh.
Now I did only a minimal amount of damage was done. There's like a little bits of floof around Hitch there now. However, most
Oh,
of
it
it
had to
is
be Hitch.
it had to be Hitch, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It actually
Not
looks
my
okay.
himbo.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, it's all okay. I took it into my room and now I'm using it just to as a kind of a corner piece with stuff. But it is still what it is like 95% okay now. Still,
Yep.
Don't you just
Remember,
fucking hate
kids,
cats?
if
I love
remember,
my
kids,
cat,
if
but
you have problems getting your merchandise rugs home, then remember: 1, drive, not fly. 2, have birds, not cats.
So Circuit lives about 3 times as far away as you do from that con.
yeah, I'm not driving there.
Yeah.
And I don't think those rugs would have appeared anywhere else. I took a risk, and it's a well calculated risk.
Should I
Okay.
give the story about the carpet uh, from the panel I was in right now while you have it up there?
Why not? Go ahead and give the carpet story panel.
So near one of the last panels of the convention, called Convention Story Time, Lockrock said that he'd been considering buying this thing while he was in there. And then someone in the audience said, "Oh yeah, that's from the YouTube show." And after a couple of lines from everyone on stage, he ran. He just ran to the vendor hall and came back with it not 10 minutes later, holding it up like a
Trophy.
I don't recall. Winnebago was the word that went by, and I don't know why, but it was.
Winnebago.
But yeah, just holding it up proudly.
Awesome. But yeah, no, I got a nice little haul of merch. I even was able to finally. I completed one of my goals in the way of ridiculous merch. I have pony plates now, and they're not plastic or paper.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing, but I had to put that save that for another con.
I've had to use up the spice case there. I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
I just realized I don't know where I put that thing of spice that I got from Railroad. And I did finally invest in some of our wonderful, talented musicians out there because I honestly really need to listen to more Brony music. That is
Yep.
like
I got
like-
some more of that too.
it's like chief one of the things I really need to start doing more of.
Yeah. Oh, and other little tidbit with vendor thing. Some of you may the names Sweet Cream and Boiler.
Yeah.
Some of you may remember that some years ago they used to do like the best pony badges, and then
Oh
they
yeah,
stopped.
those things were awesome. Yeah.
Yep, and they stopped selling those because they took too much space and they weren't making enough money. Well, me being part of their like absolutely everything crew, who they are the artists for, I asked them a lot if they still had those like those badges at least. And it's like they still have a little kind of little cartridge, like those card cartridges of all the badge art stuff. So I asked them like, if you bring that along, I'll buy some. So I managed to buy like 10 of those things, and they still had like all the other badge things there. So I managed. I'm the last person there that they're still making a profit off of those things.
Oh, I didn't realize that they had stopped selling those. I guess I haven't been in a vendor hall in long enough that.
Yeah, they stopped selling it a few years back.
Yeah.
Now they just sell the waifu badges.
Which the waifu badges are awesome though. But...
Yeah, they still have those.
Yeah,
But I was glad to get some more of those best pony badges because I don't believe in having just one best pony.
because I was looking at your stuff, and I'm just like, huh, there's some cool like best pony things in there. I kind of want to get some of those, and I was just like, and then
I
you
mean,
say that, and I'm just like, oh,
well, I
sadness.
think maybe if you like DM like Sweet Cream or Boiler, like you taught them, I don't know, maybe I can convince them to like just keep the cartridge there and I just pass it along like word of mouth if anybody wants them. But I don't, but I think they'll just keep selling those off until they run out.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you'd have to commission an artist, the artist that they got those from, who goes by the alias Melky.
yeah. Because no, I was just looking at some of those, and I was just like, oh, that the alternate future Rainbow Dash one's pretty cool, and then the King Sombra one. I like there's
Yes.
some of these that I just don't remember seeing before, but I think it's because it was literally that huge like wall of stuff they would just have. It was just like, dear Lord, this is too much to comprehend.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
and just so you know, those are far from the only ones that I have of there.
Yeah, and those are the pins that I forgot to take a picture of when I got my group shot of everything because they were wrapped up in a scarf in my backpack.
Nice.
But I did also forget one thing. I did accomplish new things that I did my goal of doing something new at a con, and boy did I do something new at this con. So, yeah. Well, I can officially say that I've done drugs. I took an edible.
Yeah, our roommate had that. I
Yeah.
didn't get around to trying one of those.
Oh yeah, you weren't feeling good when it was starting to become time. So yeah, it wouldn't have been a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I took one chewy edible, and yeah, I went to a room party, and I went to a concert for a little bit. I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. If anything, I think I was more drunk than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes they're not made
So yeah,
right,
everybody
or
made the
they
joke.
aren't.
Everybody's like, you don't want to make the joke. These edibles ain't shit, and then it's like I tried so hard not to say that, but it really wasn't shit. It was nothing to me. It might have also been maybe I did have too many beers, so I couldn't feel the effects. I don't know.
I mean,
That
maybe
could
it's
also
also a
be.
thing like booze, where like the physically bigger your body is, the less it affects you, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might have been, and fact is, I didn't want to take a second one just on the off chance that it sent me like off to space or something like that.
Whee!
Yeah, you would have found me just at one of the grand pianos, like, dude, I think this piano's an accordion in disguise. Just sitting there, like completely lost. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did get to try that. There's also a fun little Italian place that Diamond talked about that I ended up going to on my own, mostly because I missed out on the Euro place for a second time, and I'm really annoyed at that. Again,
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
so
really? We thought about going to the Euro place when we were leaving, and then we were just like, yeah, we're gonna go to the mall. Which, if you remember, like the mall with the food court thing from like Ciderfest gone by.
yeah,
Oh my God, has that been revamped? It is so nice in there now.
is it now?
They have
I didn't
more
get-
than just the single Panda Express.
wow.
So yeah, no, they've got like a burger
Um,
place. They've got like a tempura, or not a tempura, ramen place. They've got a place
Oh.
that's selling pierogies. I got to have a pierogi for the first time.
Oh shit! I might have to actually check that out
I
next
would have
time.
liked to try pierogi.
Yeah. No. Electronics Freak was just like, here, try this pierogi, and I'm just like, okay. So I had one, and it was actually fairly decent. So yeah, no, and I got a burger, and it was really good, and some cheese curds and stuff there, and they had a really good grape soda from a locally made one. So yeah, no,
I tried this local lager from the Miller Lite that was fantastic.
Oh, was it the coffee
River
one?
West Stein?
They had a coffee lager for the seasonal. I was actually loving the hell out of it. I drank up like 4 or 5 pints of it.
I went
over the
to
weekend.
I went to a deal or a room party with some folks from some of the Dead Tree stuff, and we were chilling there, and somebody was just like, "Hey, are you from this area?" And I go like, "No, not really." They're just like, "Oh, here, have some beer. These are for you." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay." Like all of them, and they're just like, "Yeah, basically, yeah, this is kind of the last thing that we're doing here, and you're kind of the last one here. So yeah, you get the rest." And so I got some to try some of the other ones from the brewery, because I've had from New Glarus, I've had the Spotted Cow, and I've had the Moon Man, and that was it. And they had some of the other flavors there, so it was really good to try.
Nice. I
But
tried Spotted Cow last year.
yeah, I still remember best Ciderfest story ever. Cyril the Wolf, my first Ciderfest there. Cyril the Wolf comes up to me, and he's got this mug that's made from a bullhorn, like the horn of a bull. And he comes up and he goes, "Winchester, you gotta try some of this." I'm just like, "Okay, sure." And it was Moon Man. And I go and hey, that's pretty good. And I just drink the rest of it like immediately, and I hand the mug back to Cyril. He just goes, "Whoa."
Oh, that reminds me, the moonshine. Remember the moonshine? Double R, weren't you there?
Moonshine?
Yeah, the moonshine. It was a Diamond and his friend. Maybe you weren't there, but yeah, Diamond introduced us to another one of his friends, which he would buy moonshine from another guy and bring it to the con to drink. This one was basically like a cinnamon moonshine. It could almost taste like you're drinking an apple pie. It was really amazing.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Wait,
It
Yeah.
does taste like an apple pie.
wait.
Yeah.
Was that the stuff? Was that the stuff from the AV guy in the mason jars?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that was okay. If it wasn't, or if it was somebody else's, then correct me if I'm wrong. But no, Specs, one of our AV people, he brought a whole bunch of his homemade apple pie moonshine, and he gave me a glass. I was wanting to save some to bring it home, but it was just like, "No, drink it, drink it, drink it." And so me and Nevermore ended up polishing off an entire glass of it on the way, or on Saturday night, when we did the most glorious thing, and it was partly my fault. So, Saturday night, folks were just kind of chilling out, and some of the musicians were going like, "Hey, we kind of want to do a Renegade set," but the Renegade stage was closed. Well, Coach was just like, "Well, I've got a key. I don't give a fuck if we reopen it." So they reopened Renegade stage, and they were starting to get set up on there, and I'm just like, "Why don't we just open up main hall? It's after the concerts, and it's already open, and we're just chilling out." And so they were just like, "Huh." And Coach goes around to all the AV staff and gets approvals. So we literally have a Renegade main hall DJ performance
Nice.
on Saturday night with the full lighting and VFX and everything going on. And I basically told the other audio people, like, have fun on the audio console. And I went and sat down, me and Nevermore went and sat and chatted for a while over some of the apple pie, and it was great.
That apple pie was amazing, but it's more
Yeah.
hilarious that my own mead was actually stronger than a freaking moonshine.
Yeah, and I'm unfortunately the only one who didn't get to bring any booze home. You know, and I forgot that Dead Tree was not a vendor, so I brought over that Pegasus whiskey bottle in hopes of trying to get some. And it's like I get over, it's like, no wait, oh shit, she's not here. Ah,
Yeah.
Actually, so okay, the person who actually made it, who actually made the booze, was Diamond Doodle, who was there. But
Oh.
did he bring some?
she did, as far as I know, she did not. And also, when you buy it, you have to buy it like pre-bottled.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can understand that. There'll
Have
probably be questions about pouring in booze like that.
have you Double R, have you ever gotten to try any of the Wild Pegasus before?
no.
Okay. Well, sometime when you make a trip down here or something, you'll have to try some of mine because I still have a good bit in my bottle.
Okay.
I still have a little bit too. I haven't quite finished it, but there's not much
Well,
left.
of course, that
anyway.
makes it weird because, like, what am I gonna do with the bottle if I can't get whiskey in it? Then
It looks
Simple.
cool.
You do what we're starting to do. You learn how to brew, and then you can fill up your own bottles with
Well,
stuff.
you do what I did, and I bought a bottle, and then I went and bought a second bottle.
Technically,
Oh.
I did too, but it's because one of them was full of liquor, and the other one is just empty. I did put apple juice in it, but that was a bad idea. Oh,
And I guess I have a third bottle as well. No.
oh yeah, I think I did that too. Oh jeez, what is with us? Did the same damn thing.
Oh yeah, Circuit. Sometime if we meet up and you have a way to transport it, I'll bring your bottle back.
That's probably going to be a very big if, unless I decide to actually drive down to BabsCon or Everfree.
Well, I don't go to those two, so
I only go to those like every other year, every other 2 years because of how much they cost to fly there. Actually,
I was gonna say yeah, and unfortunately my friend
this year actually.
Unfortunately, my friend who was living close to Salt Lake left, so
Right.
it's only if I get time will I make it there. Or I guess, Circuit, you could come up here and we can do fun ranch things.
Oh, I guess
I'd be happier with the dollar. No, I'm kidding. Oh, something to think about for the future, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, WinCon or RanchCon has happened before, so
All right. So I figure someone should ask. Did anybody else get to check out the after dark vendor hall?
I'm not gonna
No, I
lie.
was working during those times.
I know, and I tried. I actually tried. I was a little curious. First day did not happen. Panels I wanted to go to, especially anthology, just did not happen. Second time, Saturday, I get out of a panel, I go to it, they shut it down for the evening. No, it was done
Right.
already.
They shut it down early on Saturday because there weren't as many customers. But I
Yeah.
managed to get in there, and that was a big sucker for like one of the big reasons for like I lost my budget there.
yeah.
I invested in King Sombra.
I kind of saw that one on there, and I'm just like, I wonder if that was an AD vendor hall purchase that has been very carefully covered up. But also, just a question: who is making these Ciderfest 2022 stickers?
I don't know. They have
Oh,
literally
the glossy stickers?
Yeah, the glossy Luna one.
Hold on. I need to find which day was drawing for exposure so I can find the names. That was Saturday.
Because I totally did not find an entire pile of them on a table and grab 3 of them.
You totally didn't, huh?
Totally didn't, but these are just the most awesome sticker ever, and I'm just like, well, okay, they're the second most awesome sticker ever, because this is one of the most awesome stickers ever.
Pale Heart.
Okay. And yes, it is a picture of, or it is the zoomed in picture of why is the horse screaming.
You think that's crazy? That's a sticker too.
Yes.
I got a
Oh
coaster.
yeah, I managed to get that sticker.
Yeah,
I've got a
I've got
coaster from Everfree and a sticker. No, coaster from Trot and that from Everfree. No, god damn it! I got the coaster from Trot and I got that from Ponyville Ciderfest. The sticker. So now I got two screaming horses.
Yeah. But no, so well, I guess oh boy, apparently I need to turn myself down a little in my end because I'm like blowing up OBS apparently. Which I didn't notice till just now. But yes. Well, hey, Whirlwind knows about the fun ranch things, okay? He's had experience. Uh but yeah. No, let's see. So my Ciderfest story starts about 4 months before the con. But no, that was all just like getting gear stuff sorted out and like organizing main hall. No, it's basically what happened after the events of like when I was at NebCon and the whole staff meeting thing is I basically just got all my gear organized, and I got all that organized, and I was getting ready to drive up there, and I leave North Platte on Wednesday, drive up to Omaha, stay with Broken Skies, and then we go to leave, or I picked up the trailer in Lincoln, and then I go to Omaha, meet up with Broken Skies, and then the next morning we picked up the rest of the gear and we were heading out. Well, we get a little ways into Iowa. We get about an hour out, and I'm just like, geez, these trailer hubs, the wheel hubs on the trailer one of them's feeling really warm. So we go and pull off into this little Love's truck stop, and I'm checking them, and I'm just like, I kind of want to jack this up and just like take a quick look. So I go to get the jack out of the truck, and I'm getting it situated, and I'm looking for the jack handle. And that's when I realized the truck didn't come with a jack handle. That was missing when I bought the truck. And I was just like, well, shit. So we go and we decide to drive on to the next town over that had a old Napa parts store. Drive there. Luckily, they had a jack handle, and I ended up buying a bottle jack from them for like $60, which was going to be my merch money, and then it ended up becoming jack money. And bought that jack and got the trailer jacked up, and that's when I discovered the brakes were dragging on that one wheel, but the trailer brakes on the three other wheels were all disconnected.
Ooh.
So I only had one wheel brake, or one wheel that was applying brakes on the trailer. So me and Broken Skies end up going, and we ended up rewiring the three wheels, or the three other brakes on the trailer, getting them fixed, getting it back on the road. Oh, hey! Welcome, Ocean Breeze. You've heard this story before. No, I did not have a pry bar, Toa. But no, so then we were on the road again, but that set us back like an hour and a half or so. So we didn't get into Wisconsin until like 1:30 or 2 in the morning, and I was having major flashbacks to when me and Double R went up for the first time and got into the hotel at 3:30. So, yeah, we go and we finally get into Cider. Also, we ran through a scale on the way up. We were at both truck and trailer weight. We were at 16,000 pounds on the dot. As far as all of the gear that we ended up hauling up there. But nope, we got up there. Well, actually, we got up there Wednesday night, so I left here on Tuesday. Yeah, we got up there Wednesday night. Got the pickup unloaded because I can't lock the tailgate or the tonneau or anything. We drive back to, or we go and just are parked in the loading dock. The next morning, we unload the trailer, and the loading dock situation's really kind of strange, but it works. But we ended up getting the trailer unloaded the next morning. Got set up. Setup actually went fairly decent. Actually, in my opinion, at least, setup went fairly well. it was a little bit tight because opening ceremonies was earlier than we expected. But yeah, we got up to. Yeah, we got up to got everything set up. Went up to the room, kind of chillaxed for a little that night, and then went to bed and woke up bright and early the next morning, at least for me, and started and basically finished set up more or less. We weren't quite finished by the time opening ceremonies happened, but during the flip we were able to get everything, basically the last little bits and pieces finished up. And yeah, had the concert, which was that night, which was kind of a nightmare with all the setup and stuff that we discussed with Everfree earlier. And yeah, just kind of normal con stuff. I mostly hung out around main hall or with the musicians, or I did go and circuit, and me and CMC went and hung out at one point and
Tried the mead.
tried the meads. Yeah, so basically just had a good time all around. And then let's see, Saturday was more of the same. Kind of woke up a little bit on the later side and went to order lunch, and the DoorDash dasher like stole my order. So I had to get it.
He dined in Dash or DoorDash.
Yeah, pretty much. And that really pisses me off because I do DoorDash and I'm going like, it's not that hard to just do your job that you're paid for. But I left a very upset review with that dasher, and then the other dasher actually almost did the correct thing because I told him to leave it at the door. So what does he do? He goes up to the door and knocks on it and just like, here's your food. And I'm just like, thanks. And I go and leave him a 3-star review for not following delivery instructions. But no, so we kind of chilled out, and then Saturday night concerts went really well. I was really happy with how those went. And then yeah, chilled out Saturday night, hung out with some of the musicians, did the Renegade main stage thing, which was like super awesome. I at least kind of enjoyed like sitting around just having a chill out time in main hall to just listen to music without it blaring at stupid loud volumes the whole time. And then yeah, Sunday came around and I kind of chillaxed a little bit before going and getting some dinner at the Build-A-Breakfast, and then Teardown began, and for whatever reason, Teardown just went on and on. It felt like Teardown was going on forever, and I don't understand.
I blame the elevators.
Well, see, it wasn't even the elevators, because, like, I know the time that I got out of the room to, like, go down and start loading the trailer was, like, super late, and I don't know whether that was just because people were having to compartmentalize their stuff so much, so it was getting slowed down by the stuff that only, like, one person can do.
That did feel like a bit of it, trying to...
I mean, some of it's always going to be that.
Not know which direction each thing should go.
Yeah, I mean, some of that's always going to happen, especially when you're working with like your own like personal gear instead of like instead of some of the stuff that like rental companies. So like me, I've got most of my stuff where it's like, okay, this is the tote for audio cables, you throw audio cables in here. This is the tote for power, you throw power in here. And it's just like I can give really simple instructions, and then some of the other people's more personal gear, that stuff's like, okay, I have special compartments for each individual thing to go into this box in the correct, perfect way. And it's like, yeah, that's great. It's super awesome. But there's certain times where like that kind of holds things up. But no, I mean, like I do the same thing for my my like front of house stuff. And then I just get protective over some of the stuff like the wireless and stuff. I mean, realistically, most people could probably pack that up pretty easy. I'd like to get a wireless kit just made up where all that it is unplug it from power, unplug it from the stage box, throw the cables in the back, go through the inventory list that's on the door, make sure everything's in there, slap the door on, and you're good to go. But also, somebody's popping a cold one.
This is just a pop.
Yeah. But yeah,
What
no,
was the beer?
it
I
didn't.
finished the beer.
I'm doing a beer.
Well, so CMC, the question is, was it a cold pop?
No, it's a room temperature one.
Oh.
Though I could put it near the window and get cold from the outside right now.
Oh. I'm sad. I
There's
got
snow
a
out
bunch
there.
of fresh beer 2 days ago from when I was up in Lincoln. I got a bunch of fresh beer, and unfortunately I just stuck it in my fridge right before stream, so none of it's cold.
Oh.
I mean, I still have a bunch of that Bud Light apples or Busch Light apples, so I can drink some of that. But no, all of my fancy Estes Park beers, all like room temperature, and yeah, it was nice and cold on the trip back. But no, no, but we got loaded up, and we had this trailer loaded to the. So actually, I can post this in Compics. The picture of the trailer, we had it loaded front to back, nearly solid, to literally the ceiling. With all of the stuff that we ended up hauling back from the
Cider.
con. I posted it in con chat, and I'm going to bring it up in a second here on.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see anything down there because, on that last day, my legs started acting up enough that I got told to sit down.
So, just for reference, this is a 16-foot long trailer, and we had it packed solid basically the entire way back. But no, we got it all loaded up and parked it for the night, and then went up to Dead Dog, kind of chilled out up there for a little bit, and then I went, and Charlie was just like, please take the extra booze that's here. And so I was just like, oh, cool, awesome. And so I come back to
booze left and right, man.
So I come back home, and I come back to the hotel room, and I've got like a little box full of booze that I brought back, and then wake up the next morning, and Circuit's just like, hey, I've got more booze for you. I'm just like, fucking hey, man, I get to go and restock my bar back here. And
I feel so used all of a sudden.
And so I was just like, awesome, this is what I go to cons for. It's restock my booze. And no, so yeah, and then tragedy kind of struck. So I was talking to so Charlie was interested in having lunch with us the next day. And I was just like, oh yeah, sure, we're planning on eating like around 11 or noon or something like that. And he was just like, oh, okay, I should be ready by then. And I'm just like, cool. So we ended up waking up at about 10:30, 11ish, and we go, and it took a lot longer to get all of our stuff packed up out of our room than we thought, because the big box here that you see, like, that's a soda machine, and that had to be like all like properly packed and like put away and all that stuff, and that took a while. And yeah, and then we had some people just like not wake up until we were like mostly done, and it was just like so we finally get out of there, and then we get downstairs, and I'm just like, where's Charlie? And I kind of message, and he's just like, we're having issues with con ops, like we have to get all this stuff out of here like now, like we need help if you guys can help. And I'm just like, sure. So I go up and help, and then we're getting all this stuff done, and I'm looking at the time, and I'm just like, fuck, I feel so bad. And so I'm like getting ready to come down, and like you should. Sorry. Ocean breeze and chat.
Equal effect.
Hey, we at least we got you woke up. But no, so we so I was feeling bad, and I'm just like I messaged the others, and I'm just like, hey, just go on to the restaurant, etc. Like save a seat and whatnot, and but by that time, like part of our party had already left, and I'm just like, great. I just felt terrible about the whole ordeal, and because it's like for me, like the final con meal, like on Sunday before you leave, is kind of like I don't know. It's a big deal to me because it's kind of like saying goodbye to everybody as you're leaving, and it kind of gives me catharsis, so I'm not feeling as bad of the post con depression stuff. And no, felt kind of bad, and I kind of decided that after this one, it's going to be a yep. Anybody who's like ready, like and waiting as we're about to leave, that we can like find on our way out and be like, hey, do you want to go get food? Like that's ready. I think we're going to do that and not like try to invite people specifically. So yeah, but we ended up getting out of there at like 4 o'clock. And like it was bad enough that like when I went to drop off the truck, how many hours was the pack up, or how many hours was what? Well, yeah, and it was just one of those where I was sitting there and like we didn't even get to Chicago because we had to drop off some of the truss and some of the other stuff at one of the other vendors that we rented from in Chicago. And they were just like, you're going to get here after we close. And I'm just like, yeah, shit, sorry. And he's just like, it normally wouldn't be an issue, but I can't stay tonight. I've got another obligation. So like that's an issue. I'm just like, oh fuck. So we're like trying to get shit figured out. Finally they were very nice and worked out something with us. So we got it all worked out, dropped that off, and then we got back to Omaha, and it was like we were exhausted, and then the guy that I rode with, like he had to work the next day, so like I had to unload all of his stuff out of the trailer and the truck by myself. And then I had to drive to the storage unit, and luckily there were a couple people there at the storage unit in Omaha that we store a lot of our gear in. There were a couple people there to help unload, and so we got that unloaded. And then I had to reload the trailer to come back to North Platte. And then I had to unload more stuff in Omaha that was like buried. And then I finally get to North Platte, decide, all right, I'm gonna take a day's break. So I literally just left the trailer loaded and took a break for the day, and then had my roommate go and help me unload everything into the house. And my house is kind of a mess at the moment, but eh. And then yeah, let's see. Monday got the trailer finally taken back up to the guy that we rented it from in Lincoln, and drove back. And yeah, I also got a Suburban within that time, and I went deer hunting and didn't manage to get a deer. So my dad did though, so that was good. But yeah, that has basically been everything that has happened in my life for the last like 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, now you understand why I've been so busy and I've basically been not paying attention to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I think all that we have left here is CMC to go through their stuff.
Well, to not have to deal with driving while also wanting to possibly be at hand if there was a stream happening, I chose to have my travel days as Tuesday. So I drove on up to over to Milwaukee and met up with my brother just hung out for a day, and where I was about 20 to 30 minutes away from the hotel, but I wasn't seeing any useful pokes in the Slack that I could have responded to with, hey, yeah, someone just come pick me up. I can help, but I'll need to be dropped back off here because I have to grab my stuff for when I am actually able to sleep in my room. Yeah. And then, yeah, just too much fun. That first one is a blind bag that I got in the vendor hall. With the fact that it's a pink Celestia, I don't know if this is of the Molestia style of the dolls, or if this was a different print
It was
one.
the Pink Lestia.
I think it was the original Pink Lestia that we got way back in season 1,
So this is where Molestia came from then.
essentially.
Amazing, I have one.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of amazed because I think I got the same kind of blind bag, but it didn't come with as much as awesome stuff.
I don't know why, but the one that wasn't Nightmare Moon and wasn't Berry Punch there is actually in a card sleeve. I don't know if there's a collector's reason for that or not, so I've just left it in the sleeve. Parasite plush also came from the blind bag.
Are you talking about Nightmare Moon or the other one?
Not Nightmare Moon.
Oh.
The one that's a random pony name there.
Yeah, probably. It's probably not. It probably was some. They probably bought a bunch of cards off of some people's sets and just never unsleeved them.
That
Anyway, please go
seems
ahead and
weird.
continue.
But yeah, so I was in town on Tuesday and kind of was just hanging out on Wednesday because the 20 minutes away and I was a little racked from the drive. So then I get in there on Thursday later than I wanted to because I had to work around brother's work schedule for when I could get dropped off, which basically meant I drove to pick him up from work. We drove straight over to the convention, threw me out, and he drove home. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to come and hang out at the con space itself. Because I figured it would be fun to have him as there as well, but it didn't work for his work schedule because he was working straight through until Monday, Tuesday after, where he had a couple days off where we could just hang and relax while getting me ready to go back on the trip back home. So, yeah, just got into the con and I think it was like 3 p.m. and I was surprised to see the truss up in as much a state as it was. I expected it still to be in some sort of pieces.
So we had the biggest miracle that has ever happened at any event, not just any con, any event, period. Like, that I've worked in Denver, that I've worked here in town, that I've worked anywhere. Lighting was done first with setup. I have never seen that happen, and I don't think I will ever see that happen again. But props to the lighting team. They were kicking butt, because I was going like, oh, I feel like I'm making pretty good time. And then it was just like, wait, you're done? What? And I'm just like, I need to pick up the slack. Yeah, Whirlwind. Lighting was done first. Ocean Breeze and Mitty will vouch. It was a shocker.
I'm just surprised that after what we had thrown together with what we had in the panel rooms, by the end of it, all I needed was an HDMI cable for one room and 2 short XLR cables for the other room.
Yeah.
Although I really think the planning for what was in those rooms was wrong, because a couple of those bad fan fiction reading and Brony Roast should not have been in that room. It should have been in one of the other rooms, because that stage was too small for those groups.
Oh, so two things. One, Whirlwind, yes, normally that is the case. Normally lighting takes the longest. And two, in these business cards that are up here, the Dream Mares for You and Dream Mares Direct and stuff, that's the 808 Hot Mare. That is a real number you can actually dial, and it is hilarious.
I was hearing that, but
It also works very well as an alarm clock, as certain people can vouch for in the stream chat.
Okay.
That was totally not how we woke up the two people that weren't awake yet in our hotel room, by going and putting a phone on speaker, dialing that number, and slipping it under the door.
Mayor. Say for mayor. It's 9 for mayor. In this call for number mayor. What's the Melty brings you? Mayor.
That's not coming through well.
I tried.
We never got past the number system, just the press 1 for mayor, press 2 for mayor, press 3 for mayor. We never got past that, but oh my god, it was hilarious. Oh, but no. So sorry. Go on with your thing.
Yeah, I was sitting in on opening ceremony so long that I didn't actually leave to go set up the room that I was scheduled for.
Ooh.
Thankfully, it was Quiplash, and it was quick, apparently. Whoever was down there got it quick and done. And then I just went and sat in the next room for the orchestral music in the fandom, and then the Pony Show trivia, which were both fun panels. And
Fun!
I actually took notes during the orchestral music in the fandom, and I may need to look into
I remember that.
into the various archiving sites, because they were listing off a few of them.
That sounds like a panel that I actually would have liked to go to. But I was probably
Yeah. That
was a
stuck
good
doing
one, actually.
something else. Or that was during one of my few break times that I had to go get food.
Did you know that apparently there was a Kickstarter campaign to have a melodic ponies music recorded by an actual orchestra?
Correct. I was actually mildly involved with some of that.
Did they ever? Did that include like making a physical album of that too, or
Do not know. I know the link is on Equestria Daily right now, and we talked about it on the Monday show, so we should have that quickly available in the show notes. Yeah.
Yeah, it should exist in the show notes. But as a recording, I do not know though. That'd be one hell of a recording, because it was a 2.5 hour long concert.
Oh yeah, those are weird printable things that were just out and about. I don't know why it's an uwu gear, but it's an uwu gear and a frog.
I'm just kind of going through your pictures that you uploaded and just...
Yeah, because there's some things that I got specifically from the vendor hall, some things that were random pickups that were just the places that were horizontal spaces where people would put down business cards and stickers, and it's a free-for-all take kind of thing. All three of those things are Studio Cinemagic. It's hard to tell with the little sticker there, but it's pretty.
You didn't put my business card in your haul pictures.
Hey, you didn't give me one this time.
Yeah, I did. Because I distinctly remember you saying, oh, this is just like the one you gave me last time.
No, I said you've already given me one, so you just turned around so you were handing them to Circuit at that point, yeah?
I think I did hand one to Circuit at one point.
You did. I have it.
But yeah, there was a lot of just fun going on in all the panel rooms. It was
I do like the Twilight would be ashamed just written on a note card.
I'm pretty sure that had to have come from the it was on main stage. Whose line is it anyway? Just have lines in your pockets, and at the random time you're supposed to pull it out and say it.
That makes sense.
Because there's an R on the back of that.
That makes
Meant
sense.
for the right hand pocket.
The buttons are free! Oh no,
I
they're
was
free!
up in the cider lounge as they were cleaning up, so all of these weird things, the rarity, the two pips, and the sunny under a table were little things printed out in that space. One of them was behind a curtain.
I'm kind of sad that I never got to go to the. I've never like known what the cider lounge is like. If anybody can go there, or if they charge or anything. So I never like.
I've never been either, and it's starting to drive me
It
crazy.
does not charge.
Okay, because I know with me it's like. So a few years back, they had a whole bunch of extra cider from the cider lounge for staff to just take home because they had like 20 gallons of the stuff, and I ended up bringing home like 8 gallons. And I just remember that was the best apple cider I have ever had in my life. And I ended up going up to Dead Dog this year, and they had a half gallon sitting on the table with some of the other booze, and nobody was really drinking it, and it was full. And I just took and I drank that entire half gallon of cider. And everybody's just like, geez, you must be pretty drunk. I've seen you drinking a whole lot. And I'm just like, no, I'm drinking the non-alcoholic cider. I just love this shit so much. But spilling the tea.
Silliness all around. And these the play pack mini is a little booklet and two crayons.
Sounds about right.
Because I
Honestly,
saw
though,
one of those open in the tabletop room.
Ooh, you even got the secret shippic folders from the guy that's working on the website.
Yes, I made sure to pop into Bramble's room as he was getting ready because I had to bump back over to another room. Cause what was that? Saturday or Sunday?
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I know that I was scheduled in the next room over, and he was just sitting in there. And
is Bramble's shadow the one that goes around in the gray bathrobe all the time?
No.
Okay. Because I know there was a guy who did a lot with.
Bramble has the curly hair, and he had it out in like two pigtail-like things.
Oh, okay. Okay. I remember now. Okay. What was... Oh, no. This was a guy who did a bunch of... He did, like, the actual printed things for, like, the Cards Against Equestria packs and stuff. Because I played Cards Against Equestria with the guy in the gray bathrobe at BronyCon one year in the hotel for a while. That was fun.
It's kind of bummed they didn't have any new packs of Cards Against Equestria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've wanted to get more Cards Against Equestria, but the issue is I don't have anybody to play it with, though I guess I'm getting a second, like, brony roommate, so maybe then, but
All
that'll
right,
be...
so
One of
yeah,
those
I
things you
don't
basically got to.
recall anything.
What
in
the
the
fuck is
night
this
Friday.
derpy abomination?
What?
Okay, do you remember seeing someone walking around with a giant derpy plush?
No.
No.
Yes.
They apparently had a lot of attempts in trying to make that big derpy plush,
Oh god.
and all of those pieces they eventually sewed together into this abomination, which is now in sticker form. I don't know what to do with it, but I have a derpy abomination.
I think I need to drink some of that wild Pegasus now.
Yeah, just down it, man.
Sorry, Double R. I have to chug it all. It's for the greater good.
I'm taking mine now too. Sorry, not sorry. I need
Wow,
it.
way to
Have
just
this
leave
thing.
me in the dark here, all sober and shit.
Yep, you're on your own.
Oh,
I
right.
know you have booze in your house.
The narrator and the Trixie are from the bad fanfic reading, which I did Twilight for one of those, trying to do an Elmo voice.
Oh dear God.
And silly. But yeah, Saturday I missed my little Minecraft panel, but I was scheduled in the next room for a couple of things, including the good, the bad, and the pony of the party can, which is just a lot of fun seeing stories get built. And then I was also in there for the Glimmer Gang Unleashed, which was interesting. They're very all about Glimmer. And then I went next door to the Gallus Appreciation panel, which was just yes. Just yes.
My roommate should have been in the Glimmer Gang panel. Don't say that too loudly or he'll be upset.
And then I had to quick run and get food so that I could end up at what you're on right now, Drawing for Exposure, which is a panel I was at Winnie, and it's so much fun. Because you just sit down and doodle, and sometimes you make abominations.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cursed.
Yeah, and I went from Drawing for Exposure basically right into the bad fanfic reading, the brownie roast, and was that when we went and actually had the alcohol? After everything was shut down then?
I think so.
It was Friday.
It was Friday?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Friday, because Saturday was the night that we did the Renegade main hall, and that was when I went to the other,
That
the
explains why I
Dead
don't
Tree.
recall any of the last panels on Friday.
So explain this check to me.
In Drawing for Exposure, you sit around and you doodle, and as time goes on, Wing is going around after all of the after each 2-minute set of prompts are done, and sees, did you do a drawing? Did you follow the basic things that we were trying to do at this point? And gives arbitrary points along the way. Which is why I have a derpy beekeeper in there and a Mike Wazowski grave digger. It's all weird. But and then at the end of the panel, the drawings that the people on stage did are put up for auction. Which is why I have that drawing of Sprout from Paleheart,
Ah.
as well as the sticker, the con sticker, one of those Sophie Scruggs stickers, and the thing that I have to figure out just how much do I really want to open and use this drawing for exposure alumni glasses cleaning cloth, because it's just so perfect. Drawing for exposure is just fun. You sit down, you either bring a paper or a tablet with you so that you can doodle things, because there's generally not enough paper if you're just grabbing what's there. And I didn't realize I had a stack of like 5 sheets in my bag at the time that I could have offered up. But then you get to just sit around, have fun.
CMC, I think we need to work on your photography skills at the next event.
Why? Because this Rainbow Dash's worst pony is out of focus? That's half deliberate.
Why would it be deliberate?
Because it's terrible.
I mean, I was also talking about I understand that this is like a shimmery sticker and it's hard to take pictures of, but come on.
I don't know.
Also, I think we need to get CMC a lint roller for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that's just that blanket. I need to throw that blanket through the wall.
Circuit, are we pooling money together to get an industrial strength lint roller for CMC?
Absolutely. We'll make sure to get one that you can only get at a $triple store.
Oh,
Are dollar stores even a thing anymore? Do they even sell things for $1? Anything for $1?
Yeah,
That's why I said a
$1.25
A
actually.
triple dollar store.
hold on. That blue bag, at cleanup, it was in the room. I don't know who left it, but that is from, is that 2019?
2021.
Yeah.
It's yours now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
Well, that's how I got this. So that's how I got this glass. That you guys actually, I'll go to this one. That's how I got this glass that you've seen me drinking the meat out of. It's a Winnie City glass from 2017, and in Winnie City 2018 for the charity auction, they had one of the VAs there, and I'm trying to remember what her name is, and I feel really terrible, but it's Celestia's VA.
Nicole Oliver.
Nicole Oliver. They had Nicole Oliver running around, like, helping with the charity auction, and she was like, hey, if you bid an extra, like, $10, I'll give you a hug, or sit in your lap or something. And she was just running around, and she was drinking out of this glass the whole time. Well, she goes, and she sets it on the edge of the stage. And there it sits. Through the rest of charity auction, through closing ceremonies, through the staff picture, through the AV staff picture, perfectly fine. Well, we're going through teardown, and I grab the glass, and I go, hey, somebody left this glass on stage? To the AV lead, and I think it was Larsis, and Larsis goes, well, if nobody claims it by the time we're done tearing down, have fun, or take it to con ops, whatever you want to do. Just like, okay. So I go, and I set it back in front of house, and it sits at front of house through the entire teardown, and at the end of teardown, it's just like, well, zoop, into my bag it went.
Commander, shh! Don't tell them that I took too long to take the pictures.
So yeah, no, that's. And then after that, I just told Charlie, and he would just give me slash sell me every year a con glass, or I'd be a sponsor, so I get a glass anyways. That's. I think I just have those two down here. The rest are up in my room because those are the only two that I really use like frequently. But yeah, no, I know about. Well, that's kind of how I got one of. Here it
stepped away.
is.
Away.
So this is something that should not exist.
Oh?
Yes. So this is a fanfic. Kaboom Goes Equestria, a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fanfic by Tabitha St. Germain. Only for use at BronyCon 2018.
Okay.
For the voice actor fanfic reading. This is every single copy of the script that was not auctioned off in the charity auction.
Wow.
I got this because it was left backstage. And yeah. So
That might be something to get some pages signed at some point and see if it's worth putting into a charity auction in the future, or if you actually can put it into a charity auction, since it's supposed to only
If
be
he
for that
wants
con.
to even put it in a charity auction, he might just want to keep it for himself.
So the issue is, I would love to put at least part of this in a charity auction sometime. The issue is, first off, I don't know whose charity auction I put it into, since this is a BronyCon memorabilia. And second off, I don't know if I would get in a decent amount of trouble for having this.
Well, I mean, the first one shouldn't be an issue because, I mean, at this charity auction, they were selling off BronyCon lanyard.
Well, yes, I know. The issue is, I'd want it to be a con worthy. And unfortunately, I don't know which con is worthy of being the new Brony Mecha kind of ideology to go and try to auction out. It's kind of like, we've kind of decided that either, so like, my Luna guitar that I have, that was Forrest Rain's guitar that she gave me, the original guitar that like recorded Join the Herd and whatnot. That is one of my prized possessions. I will probably never let that go, but if I do, it is either going to charity auction, which is the more doubtful route, because I still can't find a charity auction that would be worthy. And two is to a young budding musician that would actually like take care of and appreciate it. But no, that's my issue with charity auction stuff. It's like, buying it, I don't have an issue. No. I am not going to TrotCon, and I'm not giving anything to their charity auction. Ever.
Oh, wow, that's vicious.
They treat their... I have from many sources, they treat their AV staff very poorly. Yeah, I'm... I was in some talks, and I was considering doing AV for them, and I talked to a few people that have worked with them before, and they told me not to touch it with a 10-foot pole. So I didn't touch it with a 2,000-mile pole. But no, so it's one of those, yeah. No, sorry to go off on that tangent, but just, yeah. Believe it or not, when you're con staff, you run into more and more stuff like that. Also, where on earth did you get this Fizzy Glitch pillow, and how did I miss it? Because this is amazing.
That was Con Store.
Yeah, they actually were stuffing them day one, but they didn't have them really up until like near the end of day one.
Dang it! I should have. Because the issue is, I kept wanting to go to the con store since it was right outside of Main Hall, but every time that I would go there that they were open, they had a line, and it was just like, I don't want to deal with a line.
No, I can't blame you there. I'm glad I jumped
Well,
in to
that's
get
one of
my,
the things where you just kind of peek around, see what's there, and if you don't think you have the time, you can ask me to go get that because I know I will find time around things.
Well, it's just one of those that I was expecting there to be like a time when the con store would be open and they wouldn't be very like busy, because like that's where I got my other stuff at Winnie, but it was just like,
I
no.
think this time I
Yeah.
found that it was not busy and I could actually talk to get to the front there. It's actually during one of the concerts.
the
But
only time I got there and it wasn't like stupid busy was near the beginning, and that's when I wanted to get my pub truck glass, and I found out about the plaid shirts, so I got one of those too.
I should have. Yeah,
You
maybe
should've.
maybe
It was
maybe I'll message Charlie and be like, hey, like, can I buy one of those one of those pillows because I missed going to con store?
They should have more because those are
Oh, I know they probably have
easy
more.
prints. Oh, the shipfic folder was on Saturday.
Ah.
And that's also when I went to the Don't Forget the Lyrics, which is where I got the last pin that I have now on my vest. Which is, I don't remember the... Is it Sia? The singer from the movie.
Oh, Sia, Saya.
Yeah. That poem.
I could see a
Yeah.
rainbow.
Yeah, don't sing that. It kind of gets me somewhere in the feels. It sucks.
And yeah, that's where I caught the panel with Sophie Scruggs, My Little Ties, and the person who has a database of all of the pins that have been made in the fandom.
Ah,
There is no Brayburn pin.
I still can't believe there is no Brayburn, but it also means that we have a chance to actually come out with a pin nobody else has. But I don't have the ability to do it.
I'm sure I could contact somebody to make a pin.
We could probably contact Sophie to do it. We just have to prove that it would actually be worth their time and effort.
Honestly, I
Just
don't-
literally
They
market
make a
it
run
as
of 50.
just literally market it as this is the only pin that is the only character that has never been on a pin before.
the only Brayburn pin in existence at this point.
So I find it interesting in this picture. All of the stallions are wearing the exact same outfit, and every single mare here is wearing a different outfit. Every
what?
single one. But all of the stallions are wearing the exact same one.
What picture are we looking at?
The Canterlot wedding.
Oh,
Oh, shit. I haven't been showing any of these.
yeah, one of my roommates had some of those old Walmart posters and just threw 3 of them at me because they had already handed out all of one of the sets. So I only have 3 of those 4 in that set, but I may have gotten some of them actually from the store way back, and it's gonna be just in that box, which I haven't opened in a few years. I'm pretty sure I know that one of my plushies is in there.
Yeah, I know Whirlwind is kind of the same. But yeah, no, I was just noticing every single stallion of these 4, except for Shining Armor, are wearing the exact same clothes, but Celestia and Luna are wearing their normal thing. Twilight's wearing this fancy dress. Cadence is, of course, wearing bridal gown. And then even the CMC are wearing 3 slightly different outfits. The Rarity is different than Applejack, than Fluttershy, than Pinkie Pie, than Rainbow, than Colgate, and all these. They're all wearing different
Minuet,
dresses.
Lyra, and Twinkleshine.
All I have is fun.
It's because they understand how to be fashionable, whereas the guys went in on a we're
No,
all
have
going
you-
to the tuxedo place at the same time, fit us with the same thing.
No, have you ever been to a wedding? The guys always dress the same, and it's almost like a requirement.
No,
You will-
but the bridesmaids dress the same as well.
No, sometimes the
No,
bridesmaids.
they
will
don't
know
always.
Not always.
I mean,
Sometimes
every
there's
wedding that
sometimes-
I've been
there's generally
to, that
There's
the
generally a color theme that I keep with, but yeah, this is a weird one.
I was gonna say, so every wedding I've been to, the bridesmaids all are wearing the same dress, and the men and the groomsmen are all wearing the same outfit, or the bridesmaids are all wearing whatever they want, or all these different things, and the groomsmen are the same. Like, normally they're all, like, dressed nice, but one might be in, like, a nice pearl snap, like, Western shirt. Another one might be in a tux. Another one might be in, like, just a nice dress shirt and a tie. Another one might be a bow tie. But, I mean, yes, I am, but still, I mean... Also, the other thing is some of these don't look like guards, but who knows? They could be. Also, they could be high school friends, Commander. Not everybody just invites everybody from work as their groomsmen to their wedding.
Right. In one of the other pictures with the picture with the thing with the con book came from the Pony Transformation in Art and Stories panel, which sounded interesting, but I only stepped in for a little bit because I was coming back from lunch break and then checking in on the next panel over to make sure they were all good to go. But it was interesting talks about how transformation sequences in shows, in art, and everything are, and this is actually one person's work for a couple of comics that they
Yeah,
did.
that's
Each of those
the Choco Pony.
Hmm.
He's also a vendor.
I didn't. So I'm not gonna lie. I didn't actually put this one on stream just purely because the glare off of the con book was so bad.
I took 2 pictures of that, and the other one didn't have glare. I can't see off of my phone screen to see which ones are which.
Oh, this is the old map before they
Yes,
Before they
the old
expanded.
map, which has in the bottom corner, I don't know if I sent the picture, it says not to scale.
Yes.
Which might be interesting towards some of the theories Cole and I had for how the world works, with the fact that it's not the scale.
Hey, Commander, you should have came to Cider, and then you could have given CMC some camera tutoring.
Yeah, in fact, you should come to Cider and Everfree
Well,
and Babs.
I was gonna
Generally,
say, Commander, you should at least go to Cider. It's like, what, 2 hours away at most? An hour and a half?
Yeah,
Stone's
look
throw.
with booze.
Aww.
And generally, I do my camera work over in the bathroom with. I take that same blanket and lay it out over top of a couple of things laid across the tub, and it's got better lighting, and it's actually a nicer, larger, flat surface.
That's fine, Commander. I can drive you. I have to drive a truck full of stuff anyways. It's fine.
Yeah,
But-
from what I was hearing, be glad you didn't go out in that while the parade was going on.
There was a parade?
Yeah, there was.
There was actually a military parade on the Saturday morning.
Oh,
for Veterans
cool.
Day. It was a week early for Veterans Day.
And basically, even though everything said on the Discord and on the Slack, come in on 5th Street, police were actually blocking 5th Street.
Ah.
And it's like, dude, I don't need to get to the road there. I just need to get right to that entrance there. And people were not able to get back into the parking garage nicely.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think my truck got parked with the truck and trailer in the flat lot across from the hotel, and the trailer never got unhooked from my truck during the entire con. So it never went anywhere. So, but yeah. No,
Yeah,
I kind of want a nice big map of Equestria, but I need to go one day. I need to just like make one because I want to use like one of these as a base and then just retitle it to be more actually correct, like what could actually be considered like sensible.
well, you could use this one as a base, or you could use the later one, which actually had the hippogriff area added.
Oh yeah, I'd use the later one as the
wider
base.
in shape, because this has two curve-ins on either side. It actually juts out on either side at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've looked at the maps too much. But yeah, from panel halls, or from the panel rooms getting done, we did a quick teardown, push things off to the side, and then ended up in main hall for all that and all the teardown. Find a way to print out the Hearts of Iron map. Pressure at war. Oh, that sounds like a dangerous idea, Commander.
Let's do it. Let's find a way.
I mean,
And
I know
that's an
somebody who
entirely
has
different
contact
shape
with the
of world
devs.
now.
Maybe I could just have them like contact them and see if they could print it out.
It's an entirely different shape of world.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, they added the
no,
zebra
what I was
continent,
meaning is Rain Twister has some connections with the Equestria War people, so they might be able to go and see if they can like give you a printout of the map or a PNG image of the whole map.
Rain Twister is a name that sounds familiar, and I don't know why.
They're in the freaking Winchester Wednesdays server. They do stuff with you guys every once in a while. They've done Arma stuff. They've done
Oh, right.
yeah, them. They're also in
Confusing my
Equestria
brain.
of War as one of the, I believe, Griffin generals.
Oh,
I think they are the only pony general on the Griffin in the Griffin kingdom.
okay, and yep, Commander is confirming that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, so
Yeah.
Well-
But yeah, went from finishing up the panel rooms, went up the main hall, and I just sat I was standing at the back of the AV, back, is it front of stage there?
front of house?
Yes, front of house. I was just standing on the back of that riser, and I probably should have found a place to sit. Because that's probably why my hips started locking up as we were starting to do hauling.
Yeah, CMC, you got to see it. Wasn't that elevator situation very interesting?
I don't like it.
So what they did is I'll give it to you from the perspective
In
of loading
total, there
into
were
the hotel.
3 lifts.
What you had to do was you had to back your trailer up, and if you weren't a dock height like truck, like a semi, you had to back up and roll all your stuff onto this little lifting platform, lift it up to dock height, and roll it into the actual loading dock through a door that would not open more than about 6 feet or about 5 feet high, 6 feet high if you physically shoved it.
I thought there was a control to make it go a little higher.
No, there was my arms. I went there every time and just grabbed the door and said, "No, this is too low," and shoved it up.
No. From inside on the left-hand panel.
Mm-mm.
That didn't do it high enough?
They didn't work. They would only go a certain height. They wouldn't let it go any higher. They had their stops set weird. But anyways, so you get your stuff rolled onto the dock, right? You roll it into the dock in the hotel, roll it inside, and then you have to load it all into this freight elevator. And people aren't allowed on this freight elevator, so they have this little staircase. You roll all your stuff onto this freight elevator, get loaded up, hit the button, you walk up this little staircase, literally 1 floor higher, and then you unload it onto this next floor, because it only goes up 1 floor, and then you have to push it through this entrance past the security desk into the regular hotel service elevators for like the kitchen use and also like the housemaid, like the cleaning services and all that stuff. You have to push all your stuff into these elevators, which are normal freight elevators. Like they're like a normal elevator that normal people would be on, except normally they have like diamond plate and like steel skirting so that like you don't destroy them by ramming stuff into it. You have to load it into those elevators and then go up to the actual 5th floor, which it was where main hall was, and then unload everything off of that elevator into the main hall. You had to use 2 or 3 different elevators to load anything. It was miserable.
Yeah, 3 elevators made all of that just so much of a pain.
Yeah. So, no, it was mildly miserable. But I will say by the time I got down there, it seemed like everybody mostly had what we needed. I wasn't really waiting on stuff. It was just me and Lightning Sky going and getting everything Tetrised into the trailer, and then Lightning Sky somehow getting hurt multiple times, even though once it was from me throwing a water bottle at him and accidentally nailing him directly in the eye, which I felt really bad about. Yeah. But, no, it's just like, I need a water, and I'm just like, here you go, and I toss it to him, and it just, wham! And I go, oh, I feel so bad. But no, we got it all loaded up. It was, when did closing ceremonies get over? Wasn't it like 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night?
Hold on. I can tell you when it was
guys?
scheduled. What?
Just so you know, guys, it's actually kind of getting a little late for me. I think I gotta take off.
Alrighty.
Okay. Have a nice night. Any shout
Do you
outs?
have any shoutouts?
Oh, geez, I haven't done this in a while. Damn. Shoutouts to. I don't know. Shoutouts to all the people that I should be shouting out to, but I can't remember. That could work out.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting tired. All right. Well, it was nice. It's nice with you. Nice being here, guys.
Yep.
Good night.
Good
Yeah,
night.
Good night. See you around.
Also, this is the most Chrome tabs I've had open in a long time.
So closing ceremonies were supposed to happen between 5:30 and 6.
And they didn't get started.
I don't know how late the charity auction stuff went. I just know that. Oh yeah, because it took at least 30 minutes after we were done with all of the panel room pack-ups. So I don't know, maybe 15. Yeah, I was up there for about 5 p.m. and then yeah, the charity auction just seemed to go long, and then they added a spatula. Because one of the things earlier the day dropped a spatula on the stage. So they auctioned off a spatula. Yes, that map, which shows how it poofs out to the sides a bit more than that original image. The maps are dangerous. Yeah, I have no idea when we actually got done. I just know that it was midnight or later by the time we were actually willing to call main hall done with teardown.
Okay, they started closing ceremonies about 6:20.
6:20?
Yeah, so I'm guessing we didn't actually start tearing down till about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, because actually, no, it was a lot later when we actually ended, because I know I got in bed at 4. And I know I spent some time at the party, maybe. So add about an hour onto that, so that's 3, and we were sending people away about an hour before that. So yeah, about 2 a.m. maybe is when we were saying we were done with extraneous people in main hall. That's if I'm guesstimating quite right.
Yeah. Well, I was just going back through the Slack stuff and seeing when they made the announcement and stuff, and yeah, it was late. we didn't get started till late, and then AV, like, we wanted to do our Sonic Rainboom, but the issue is they had Charlie's dog Ahsoka. They had Ahsoka sitting there like on stage, and I'm just like, I don't want to scare the crap out of the dog.
Yeah, when I noticed they were sitting there with that, and that was one of the next few things to do, I went down and crouched next to Michelle and got her attention, saying, we are gonna probably do this real soon, so if you want to make your way out with the dog.
Yeah, I went and talked with Charlie about it, but Charlie was just getting waylaid by so many people right at the end of the con that it.
Yeah, I figured Charlie would be getting swarmed. Michelle wasn't getting swarmed as much, and I saw an opening where I could just pass that along right after the AV picture happened.
Yeah, well, I got the message into Charlie pretty quick, but no, so
Yeah, there was still a lot of folks just hanging around talking with them.
yeah, so and I was just like, can you guys like talk outside of main hall? That would be great, but no, so yeah, but I think that was the main issue with Teardown is we just got started late and just
Yeah.
kind of compounded from there. But no, so anyways,
Oh, and during the after party thing, I did have a good conversation with Ocean, and we have potential plans of how to organize things for Harmony.
das is good. Das is good. I'm excited for Harmony. So
And I wish I had a program to diagram how I expect items to be in the panel rooms if I have the things I think I should have.
okay, I will say this. Don't worry near as much about having the gear for panel rooms for this con due to the fact that it's not a core
Yes.
gear related con, so
But-
we bring our own panel room gear, so it's actually like
Well, it's mostly I don't have a program to just draw out quick, nice diagrams of, okay, this is a snake, and these all should come into the snake and then go over to the board, or this is a space where it should all just go over to the board
Yeah,
and have
so-
all of those kind of be the same size and shapes and colors.
yeah.
The best I have is to just have fun with MS Paint.
I was gonna say CMC. Trust me, MS Paint works really good. Only people who decide to be extra go and use like the full like room modeling stuff to go and actually model out the whole room. And really, that's only needed for main hall, anyways. So.
Oh, I just want to have a diagram that makes sense, and you can flip between one or the other and go, oh, this is how it should be if it needs a snake and it needs to go one cord to this speaker and then from that speaker to the other speaker. Or, oh, this is a room with a snake and you need to go out from the board in 2 directions to each speaker.
Yeah.
I may be getting a little too complex for what I even need, but yes, that's how my brain functions.
Seeing, I've done so many panel rooms, I literally just walk into a panel room, go, okay, look around the space, go, okay, this is how we're setting it up, and just set up as I go. I don't even bother with like diagrams or anything. I just set it up freeform.
Well, having a diagram and having a quick statement of this is what I expect in the morning, this is what I expect in the evening for those that are starting up a room, those that are ending a room, to know what they need to do.
Yeah,
As well as
fair.
a quick statement of make sure XYZ is on for those that come into the middle of into the middle of the day and find, oh great, the panelists pushed every button on the board.
We had that one happen at the last con, and it took 3 people from main hall coming in to get it figured out. My roommate literally runs over and he's just like, Winchester, I need your help. And I'm just like, are you sure? I'm a little busy. And he's just like, the main panel room outside of main hall is completely like borked. Can you come fix it? And I'm just like, oh fuck. So I turn to Lars and I'm just like, Lars says, I've got to go fix a panel room.
Yeah, and I definitely needed to happen there at Cider was a bit more of, okay, is it mic 1 2 3 4 and then the computer, or is it the computer and then mic 1 2 3 4? And is one closer to the board or farther from the board?
I normally always do mic 1 or all the mics and channels beginning with 1, and then I put the PC on the highest number input. That's normally how most people I know go and set up boards. Is they'll put the microphones on the first inputs, because that's the other thing, is all your mic preamps are on the first few inputs, and the PC stuff normally isn't on most like smaller analog boards.
Yeah, I only needed to worry about it in that manner for the one room which only had the 2 XLR inputs.
Yeah, but I mean, Commander, this is basically kind of after stream anyways, just because I think we've ran out of con to recap. I think the 3 of us.
The only thing left to recap is I got to bed at 4 a.m. as I said. Then I left before noon by getting picked up by my brother. And heck, if I had been messaged about any of it, I could have taken some of that alcohol with me, but I was just too out of it. Got back to brother's place, just kind of crashed and half napped throughout the entire day. So
Hey, don't worry. I was perfectly happy to take all the alcohol that I was given. I needed to restock my bar, and I now finally have, for the first time ever, blue curacao in my bar inventory, and I've been wanting that forever, and I just never picked it up.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome. I appreciate it, Circuit.
day after con was Monday, so yeah, I just kind of rested and got my head back into it so that I could drive home on Tuesday. Which, yeah, I cracked one energy drink as I was getting into the Chicago area, and I cracked another as I was mid Michigan area,
Yeah,
having to head the rest of the way home.
but
Made it
anyways,
home all safe and sound.
good to hear. So, anyways, it's about 10:42 and we've ran out of con to recap. So, and I'm half the bottle of mead that I was given and 2 beers in. So, yeah. But I think we're gonna kind of end things off here. And yeah. So, yeah, so we'll start out with shout outs. We'll start with Circuit.
To shout out the gaming awards, which means absolutely shit. But go ahead and pick your favorites anyway, because I'm probably not going to win. But at least you'll know what your favorites are.
Is
Yay!
Steam doing its gaming awards again?
No, there's actually this huge gaming awards celebration thing going on, but I think people are taking it way too seriously. So I'd just say have fun with it, and otherwise, if yours get picked, good. If not, don't stress it.
Alrighty. And CMC shout outs.
Fires, explosions, fast events, and jerky all year round. Yes. Go check out Desert Bus for Hope. They're streaming a few more days, I think, because we're already halfway through the run, I think.
Nice. Alrighty. Well, my shout outs go to everybody who was there at Ciderfest. I know I had a great time, and yeah. It was fun. I'll see you guys at probably the next con that I'm at. PonyCon will be HarmonyCon in Dallas in February. So that'll be a good time. Hope to see everybody there. And yeah, it's always a good time. It's kind of, from what I've heard, at least from the last con, is it was kind of becoming the new musicians con. So yeah, lots of music, lots of cool stuff going on. And yeah. The next, if anybody's into fur cons and in the Oklahoma area, I'll be at it's okay, nothing set in stone for this one, but go to Anthro Expo in Oklahoma City in January, I believe. At least it was in January this last year. Really cool fur con, very brony friendly. Yeah, they treated us very well, and I hope to be there again this year. So, yeah. Head to those. It'll be a fun time. And yeah. And thanks to all of you who stuck around and viewed and interacted with chat. I think this is the most streamed chat interaction we've had in ever.
A while.
So yeah, it's appreciated. So yeah, but without further ado, well, let us all say goodbye.
Hello.
Every time your sun sets, do you feel regret for what happened in centuries past? Has your spirit grown cold like a lunar mold? And do you know why she chose that path? Millennium alone, Luna paid her debt. On the moon she owned, moving tides as she went. Whoa, oh Luna, every time the moon is full, can you feel the pull of your little sister in need? So keep your smile to hide the turmoil hidden deep underneath. Millennium alone, Luna paid her debt. On the moon she owned, moving tides as she went. Millennium alone, Luna paid her debt. On the moon she owned, moving tides as she went. Oh, Millennium alone, Luna paid her debt. On the moon she owned, moving tides as she went. Millennium alone, Luna paid her debt. On the moon she owned, moving tides as she went.
Thank you all for showing up. It's been fun. This is Winchester 572 going 10-7. I'm out. Bye-bye.